records the workout. We are recording. Welcome to the Saturday workout. I am going to take just one moment to make sure that my camera is set up so that you can see me well. This is a new setup today, and I just want to make sure that I get it right. Yep. Okay, perfect. So make sure that you are wearing athletic shoes. Make sure you've got some water nearby. I'm going to have everybody on mute. So if you would like to put some music in, please do so. Feel free to make some noise in your house. And because I've got everybody on mute. And like I said, make sure that you're wearing athletic shoes. Even if you're working out at home, your feet really, really need the support. It's super, super important. This is something that I see a lot of people missing. I realize that you might even have a favorite fitness expert or influencer or person that you follow and you see them working out bare feet. I think it's not a great decision because your feet and your body actually need the support of your athletic shoes. It's the foundation to your entire body. So if you are joining for the first time, your job today is to work 20% harder than your current fitness level today. Wherever you are today, I want you to push yourself 20% harder. Not 50% harder, not 100% harder, not 0% harder. I want you to push 20% harder. If you do that, you're going to get a great workout. You're going to take a step forward in your fitness, and you're not going to push beyond where you are currently, which is going to delay the recovery process. It's all about working to a certain intensity and then giving yourself time and space to recover. 20%. I'm going to be teaching in supersets today, 2 exercises back to back with no rest in between. Then we will take a short rest after the combination of exercises known as a superset. I'm going to be doing 2 sets of each superset. If you want a harder workout, you're going to move faster and do 3 supersets. You're counting your repetitions, 15 repetitions for each exercise on each side. If you want a harder workout, use heavier weight loads, move faster, do more sets. If you need a more gentle workout today, take breaks. Move more slowly, do 1 set, do body weight only. I want you to modify this workout so that it matches that 20% that's right for you today. Let's get started. Take your feet separated, and I want you to take a nice deep inhale, bringing it all the way up. And then exhale it out. Let's do that 2 more times. Take a big inhale up and stretch as you do it. Exhale it out. Let's do 1 more big inhale, stretch way up to the sky. And exhale it out. Take your left hand up over your head, right hand on your thigh, and I want you to reach up, lengthen the space from your rib cage to your hip, reaching way up out of the hip, and then I want you to take a slight lean over to the side, just to stretch through the side of your torso. Come back to slight upright, and then I want you to look under your left arm, keeping your abdomen drawn in and taut. Activate your abs in when you lift and twist so that you get that stretch through the left-hand side hip flexor. And relax down, same on the other side, right hand way up, left hand for support. Stretch up super long, trying to lengthen that space from your rib cage down to your hip bone, really lengthening. Take it into a side bend. Enjoy that side bend. And then come back to upright and just look under that right arm, giving yourself a little bit of a twist to the side, really opening it up, stretching into that hip flexor as much as possible, and relax it down. Keep your feet separated, and let's come into our spinal rotation. As you come around, actively and consciously contract the glute on the leg that you're turning away from. Left glute, right glute. Activate that glute, really squeeze it, because what it does is it provides an anchor and a foundation for your pelvis so that you can really rotate around your spine, letting that torso release some tension, waking up the core muscles, opening up, bringing some mobility to the hips and to the lower spine. And it just really feels good Let's do 2 more. And relax. Take your feet a bit wider. Take a look down. Check out your feet. And I want you to make sure that your feet are truly parallel to each other. Keep your toes in alignment with each other. And we're going to sit side to side, pressing your hips back. Keep your body weight heavy onto your heels. Really heavy on the heels. Continue reaching those hips back as much as you possibly can. Driving into that heel as you press away. And if this feels totally comfortable and good for you, I want you to take it deeper, coming down and sweeping across the floor, sitting deeply into that bent leg, pressing into the heel. This is an incredible preparatory sequence that gets your body ready for the workout so that you'll accomplish more in the workout and your body will be warmed up and prepared to get the most out of it. Let's do 2 more here. And relax. Keeping your feet separated, I just want you to turn so that you are in a split squat stance. Make sure you've got space between your right foot and your left foot so that your feet are not lined up. Arms up over your head. I want you to push up onto your back toe and then relax that heel to the ground. Push up onto the back toe and then relax back down. Drive the foot into the ground, and I want you to really activate through the toe and the forefoot. So what we're doing here is we're warming up the feet, the foot, really, one foot here, your left foot, the arch, and we're also opening up that hip flexor. I've got a couple of exercises where you're going to be in a split position like this, and I just want your body warmed up and prepped before we actually do that. And this is also really great for forefoot mobility, really pushing into your toes. Now, if that hurts your toes when you're raising up on the heel, that's a good thing, and that's partially why we're doing this exercise. Let your forefoot bend, let that discomfort come in, work gently with your body, but we really want to open up that mobility. 1 more, and relax. Same thing on the other side, stepping back, finding your split squat position, space from right to left. Take your arms up over your head, and you're going to drop down into the heel, and then really push into the ball and the toes of that right foot, pushing up super high, raising up on the heel. So it's as if you're using your foot to push you upward. You're not using your calf, you're pushing your foot into the ground, and that pushes your heel up into space so that you're activating all of the muscles of that right foot, bringing a bend to the forefoot and to those toes, simultaneously opening up the hip so you're getting a great hip flexor stretch, the front of the hip on that right leg if you're mirroring me. So if you're just mimicking in your own home what I'm doing, it would be your right hip. The front of your right hip, you're getting a good stretch. And 1 more, relax, and we're just going to step forward, and we're going to go into a bit more of a dynamic prep. I want you to reach up, come back into a lunge, reach up, other side. You're going to continue alternating at your own speed here, reaching and then lunging. Reach up super tall, coming into just a bit of a modified lunge here. As that feels good, I want you to make it bigger by coming down to the ground, letting your knee in the back drop down to the ground. Focus on pushing into your front heel right here. This exercise is about 3 things. Activating the front leg from the bottom to the top here. It's also about actively reaching way up over your head here to activate the core muscles. It's also about getting a deeper hip flexor stretch right here on that back leg. This is an incredible preparatory exercise. It also boosts your heart rate so that you're prepared as we get into the workout. And it's just really good for undoing any sitting that you may have done in the past day or two. Big reach. Let's do one more. And relax. Let's jump in to the workout. Okay, today we're going to be doing some more unilateral exercises. This is a theme that's been coming up in our workouts, which I absolutely love. So we're going to be doing a lot of things that work on one side. I'm going to demonstrate the 2 exercises that we're going to do so that if you want to do 3 supersets, you can get out ahead of me. Please know that if you're doing 3 supersets on some of these exercises, your 3rd superset, you're going to want to split it in half or double up your repetitions on your third superset by doing a full set on each side so that each side will get 2 full sets, if that makes sense. Let me show you the first exercise. You're going to want a heavier dumbbell. I'm going to show you from the front so you can visualize it, but I'm going to perform it from the side. First exercise, you're going to hold your dumbbell in your left hand. You're going to step back on your left leg, coming into a full lunge. From here, we're pressing straight up over the head. This is your first exercise. 15 repetitions, make sure that you are counting. First exercise. Second exercise, you're gonna hold your dumbbell here. You're going to stand, lift your knee. I am on a big slope here, guys, so bear with me until my balance catches up with me. But you're coming back into that lunge, coming into a stand with a knee lift. From the side, it looks like this. Bottom of the move, pressing into the front leg, lift the knee. Lunge, lift the knee, moving at your own speed. If that's a lot of balance for you, you can also lunge, step forward. Lunge, step forward. That's your variation. We'll do a full set on this side, take a break, full set on the other side. Are you guys ready? Grab your dumbbell. It works best if it's a slightly heavier dumbbell. Hold it in your left hand. And you are going to, from here, hold that dumbbell at your shoulder. Step back on your left foot into a lunge. And we're just going to press straight up overhead. 15 repetitions. Like I said, this exercise in particular, in fact, this whole superset actually works better if you are doing a heavier dumbbell here. This is designed for a heavier dumbbell. So you really should be doing 8, 10, 15. Some of you might even be doing a 25-pound dumbbell here. Go a little heavier because these are 2 big movements and you only have to focus on one side and one dumbbell. Please count your repetitions to make sure that you're staying symmetric on all sets and all sizes, all sides. One more. And relax. Now, dumbbell goes up over your head and it's going to stay here. Push into your front leg, lift the knee, back to lunge. There's 1. There's 2. Remember, if that's too much for you, just step forward. The whole point is to keep that heavy dumbbell in that overhead position and you're focusing on your front leg. Front leg brings you into that knee raised position. This is all about the front leg. Now, if you've been with me working our walking lunges, you should actually feel pretty good, pretty strong on this exercise because in some ways, this is a walking lunge. Continue. This is a very similar movement pattern to what we've been doing with our walking lunges. You got 1 or 2 more, 15, and now we're gonna take a short break. Short break, those of you guys doing 3 supersets, you're gonna jump right in. Dumbbell on the other side, starting from this position, overhead on the other side, into your lunge knee lift. Follow me, short break for the rest of us. So it is a cold day, but it's one of those days that it's like right in between temperature, too hot with this, too cold with this, but we're gonna work with it. I'd rather be a little on the chilly side. Plus, I've got my women's strangulation tank top on. Yes, my uniform of choice. Okay, guys, you ready? second set, dumbbell, right hand, stepping back into a lunge with your right leg behind you. Overhead press, here we go. Straight up. As I said, please count your repetitions because I don't count. In my head, I'm trying to estimate approximately 15, but I would rather use this time to teach you some things and talk to you. So my repetitions are not to be trusted. Please, I want you to stay symmetric. If you're not doing 15, you can do 10, you can do 12, you can do 25, wherever you are. I just want you to make sure that when we do these unilateral workouts, each side gets the same load. So you've got to do the same weight loads and you've got to do the same number of repetitions. Let's call it 2 more. And then we're going to go into that lunge, step forward, press the knee up. There's 1 and right back down. This is about your front leg. So I want you to really think about powering into that front leg to bring you into this standing, extended overhead position. The more you think about your right leg, the more stable you will be. Absolutely okay to just step forward. Totally okay. And if you need to step forward and not use the dumbbell, you can just make this a reverse lunge on one side. That's absolutely okay too. Whichever variation feels right for your 20% today. What is your 20% today? Drive into that front heel, squeeze that glute of that leg in front. 1 more, and short break. Oh, that is one of my favorite exercises. How incredible does your booty feel on that leg that was in front? Amazing, right? Those of you guys doing 3 supersets, get on it. You're going to complete 10 and 10 on each side, 15 and 15 on each side, or split it in half, 8 and 8 on each side. Whatever works for you. I am going to show you our next superset. Again, you're going to work with 1 heavier dumbbell for this next exercise. If you have a kettlebell, it works great. If you don't, a dumbbell is fine. So feet are shoulder width distance apart, a little heavier, a little wider. Toes are turned open slightly. And we are doing a single arm clean and press, sumo clean and press. Okay, 15, first exercise. The power of your legs is lifting you and bringing that dumbbell up over your head, just like that. Second exercise, dumbbell goes down. We're gonna get your heart rate up, feet together. Yeah, let's do this. I know we just did this last week, but I'm like, let's do it again. It's such a good exercise. Feet together, dropping low. You're coming out for that lateral bounding, okay? Big jumps side to side, just like that. We're gonna do a total of 15 each direction. So that's 30 total, no, 30 each direction, 15 total cycles, okay? All right, let's go. Grab that heavier dumbbell, left hand, feet in sumo squat position, which means feet are wide, toes are turned open slightly. Soften those knees. Here you go. Drop down, bring that dumbbell up over your head. Dumbbell up over your head. So it's the strength of your legs lifting and popping and pulling your body upright right here, bringing that dumbbell up over your head, sending that dumbbell up super tall, counting your 15. Use a little bit of enthusiastic lifting from the bottom to the top so that there's a bit of momentum bringing that dumbbell from the ground up over your head. You don't have to sit all the way down so that that dumbbell touches the floor, but if it's right for your anatomy, the length of your legs, the length of your arms, that's a good guide. One more, and relax. Dumbbell goes down, feet together. Lower your center of gravity into a partial squat. Stay low to the ground, but make sure that you're covering distance here. Getting up over your mat, being careful not to trip. Hopping out, there's 2. There's 4. You guys, I am so not used to being in the opposite direction. So there's a downward slope on my exercise platform, and my body had adjusted to the other direction, right? So now my body's having to adjust, doing everything on the other side with a slight incline. It's like throwing me so off track. I feel imbalanced. It's so weird. The body really knows the nuances of how you use it. That's why I'm such a proponent of really making sure that you're doing everything symmetrically, right? Because my body adapted to an upward slope on the other side. So now my body's like, hold on, what's going on? We've got the opposite. Really interesting. Okay, 30 in total. How we doing? It's gonna get your heart rate up for sure. And you got about 2 more. 1 more. And relax. Short break. Those of you guys doing 3 supersets, hop to it, go right in, doing that sumo squat with your right hand, repeating those lateral jumps. The rest of us are going to take a short rest, 20 to 30 seconds. Then we'll perform these same 2 exercises again. Oh, and then we've got a really good, the 3rd superset is really good. And then, yeah, I got a couple really good supersets for you guys today. So exciting. Okay, heavy dumbbell. We got that sumo clean and press on the other side. So now we are working with that right side. Heels a little bit wider than the shoulders. Turn your toes open. You ready? Here we go. Dropping down and using the strength of your legs to expend some enthusiasm so that that dumbbell just goes right up over your head. It's as if you are popping upward slightly so that that energy carries the dumbbell from the ground up over your head, driving into your heels, super tall, sending that dumbbell nice and high, getting the heart rate up. And again, for those of you guys doing a 3rd superset, if this first 2 sets were a little easy, you could switch it up and go heavier on your 3rd superset. Otherwise, you want to keep with the intensity on this set as you did on your first set. 2 more, 1 more, and relax. Dumbbell down, feet together, come into a partial squat, sitting your hips back. Make sure that your hips are reaching back in space. You guys ready? Here we go. 30 in total, 15 cycles. There's 4. There's 6. Big jump. 8. You got 30. 10. 12. Really cover some distance here, but make sure that your feet are coming up off the ground enough that you don't catch your foot and trip. These lateral movements are so incredibly important, and they're very awkward for your body because you don't perform these movements on a regular basis out in the world. So getting your body really used to This lateral movement is so important. It's an important movement pattern, but you're going to be susceptible to being a little awkward, a little clumsy, a little clunky. Give me a little bit more energy here. Cover more space. Make it bigger. Sit deeper. Make it bigger. Feel that in the glutes. And 2 more. And relax. Short break. 3rd supersetters. Get on it. Let me demonstrate our next 2 exercises. Again, we're going to be working with the theme of a kneeling position. We're revisiting what's called a lift. I taught this to you guys maybe a month ago, maybe a little longer, but incredible exercise to strengthen, in particular, quadratus lumborum in the back, one of your postural muscles that are super, super important. So you've got 1 dumbbell. Ideally, it's a bit heavier. So you want to use an 8, 10, 12, 15-pound dumbbell, holding it end to end like this. From here, you're going to be in a kneeling position, dumbbell down towards that knee that's on the ground, and we're going to lift and cross over the body, okay? I'll do it again with you in a moment, but just to demonstrate what we're doing, you want a heavier dumbbell. From here, we're going to go down onto the ground for Holly Perkins push-ups. I taught these last week. It's my specific way of teaching push-ups. I will revisit that when we get there, unless you have a very skilled push-up position. Unless you were really good with a military push-up, I want you doing push-ups the way that I do them because it will protect your shoulders and your back. Push-ups are really, really tricky, and so I teach them a very specific way to keep your shoulders healthy and for you to actually develop the upper body strength that a push-up is for. Okay, kneeling position. You got your left knee down. Dumbbell is in front of your left hip. Draw inward on your abdomen. You are going to lift and cross over the body, just like that. Ooh, continue. Lift and cross over the body. For those of you guys that are on hard surfaces, yes, you may need to give yourself a little bit more cushioning on the back of that knee, underneath that knee. Makes a big difference. Lift, draw your abs in, bringing with control, with specificity, bringing the dumbbell across the body with straight arms, up and over to the opposite side. This is called a kneeling lift. You can do a lift from a variety of positions, but we're doing it from a kneeling position, number of reasons, but it really hits in on that QL to strengthen the postural and core muscles. And again, it's another movement pattern that we don't do on a regular basis. So you do want this to be a little heavier. Challenge yourself, 8, 10, 12, maybe even 20 pounds on this exercise. 1 more. And relax. Put your dumbbell down. We're going into push-ups. I want you to start fully laying down on your stomach. Let me demo 1 time so you know what I'm talking about. Thumbs are just outside your breast line. Feet pull in towards your butt. First, you're going to activate and push away from the ground. Then you're going to actually push up to the top of your push-up, all the way back down to the ground. Activate, push up, down to the ground. Activate, push up, down to the ground. Okay? Join me. Thumbs are outside your chest. Elbows are angled down towards your hips slightly at about a 45-degree angle. Feet to butt. Activate, pushing away from the floor. Then push off the floor all the way back down. Push, lift, down. Push, lift, down. You got 15. So what this does is this prepares your shoulders, getting them in place so that when you push off the ground, your shoulders aren't in an unsafe position. It also relieves some of the tension at the bottom of the exercise And that can be a very useful tool if you use it the right way. Push, lift, 2 more, and 1 more, and relax. Short break. Those of you guys doing 3 supersets, you're going to start in the opposite side, kneeling with your left foot forward, right leg down, lifting to the other side, going into your push-ups. So just another note about push-ups. I don't teach them on a regular basis because I find they tend to be more problematic than beneficial. And that's why I've always taught them this way, because ultimately you don't want to be pushing from your chest muscles or your arms when your shoulders are in a position below the elbows. This is a very dangerous position to push from on the shoulders. But if we activate off the floor and we bring your shoulders in alignment with your elbow, then you push, it's keeping your shoulders in a safer position. Push-ups are one of the fastest ways to get a shoulder injury or a back injury. And I'd rather that not happen to you. And by the nature of these home workouts that we're doing with more limited equipment, push-ups can be useful if you do them properly. That's why I teach them the way that I do. Let's go into that kneeling lift on the other side. So you've got your left leg forward this time, right leg down, dumbbell in front of that right hip. Draw in through your abdomen, and you are going to cross up over the body to the other side. Crossing up, using the same weight load that you used on your first set. And you might notice that one side is harder than the other. One side might feel a bit more awkward for you. One side is going to feel a lot more natural. Totally normal. And that's another reason why we do this very exact exercise. To balance out and improve those asymmetries that we all have between the right and the left side. Super normal and really important to do strengthening exercises like these just to balance out those asymmetries. Interesting note, asymmetries are the fastest, or not really fastest, more accurate predictor of injury. So if you have one side that works better or differently than the other side, that is a predictor of injury. Fastest predictor of injury. One more, and you really want to make sure that you're working to balance out any of the differences between your right and your left. Push-ups, 15, more or less, depending on your ability, depending on your skill level. Starting all the way down on the ground, thumbs outside your chest line, pushing up away from the floor, and lift. Counting out the number that's right for you today so that you're working about 20% harder than today's fitness level or energy level, whatever that means for you today. Lift those shoulders before you push off the ground. It's a partial lift is ultimately what we're doing. That also helps to set the shoulders back and down towards your waistline. Shoulders lifting back and down towards the waistline, away from your ears. 15, one more. And relax. Short break. We're going to stay on the ground for our next superset. Please stay there. Hang on one second. I hear some stuff going on over here. I got to keep you guys on mute. Hold on one second, guys. Mute everybody. Every now and then, somebody gets unmuted by accident. Okay, so next superset, glute bridge with a side plank. So if you have a dumbbell that works for you that you can place on your Tummy for glute bridge, please do that. You can also place a circular band around your knees, above your knees technically, if you want to for this glute bridge. First exercise, glute bridge. Bring your hands along your sides, bring your heels up until they touch your fingertips. Then lift your feet away from your body about 2 to 4 inches, roughly estimating. Turn your toes open slightly. Tuck your pelvis under, and from here, we are lifting up into a glute bridge and relax down with a pause at the top. You can add a circular band above your knees. You can also add a dumbbell right here on your pelvis, which I'll demonstrate if I can when we get to the exercise. I have to go to the bathroom and my bladder, I don't know what I was thinking. My bladder is so full and I'm like, oh my God, the thought of putting a dumbbell on my bladder right now, it's awful. But I'm gonna show you guys how to do it when we get there. Okay, next exercise, side plank. You've got 2 options. Option 1 is an isometric side plank hold. Option 2 is to make it active. I will show you. Elbow under your shoulder. If you're on a hard surface, you might want a slight bit more cushioning under your elbow. Feet are on top of each other with your knees bent, pushing up, and you're just going to hold side plank for a count of 30 seconds. If that's easy for you, arm up over your head, you're gonna make it active by dropping down, pressing up, down and up for 15. Side plank, either one, isometric or make it dynamic. Let's go with that glute bridge. Grab a dumbbell or place a circle band around your upper knees. I'm going to demonstrate how to do it with a dumbbell. Fingertips touch your heels. Move your feet away from your hips. Open your toes slightly. If you're using a weight plate or a dumbbell, you're going to place it right across your bladder and you're going to hold it in position. From here, drive into your heels. You're going to lift, slight pause at the top, and relax down. 15, here we go. If you have a circle band around your knees, I want you to stretch that band wide. Stretch the band so that the knees are moving away from each other. And you can even do that here without the band. Pressing your knees away from each other, lifting those hips nice and high, driving into your heels, keeping your chin tucked under slightly and making sure that at the top, your pelvis is tucked under just a little tiny bit here at the top. If you're really specific with your hip position, you actually don't even need to lift your hips very high on this exercise. If you're keeping that pelvis tucked under, backward slightly, you don't even have to lift very high. You're going to feel a lot of that in your glutes. Such a great exercise, so good for everyone, whether you're using assisted weight, a band, or just body weight like I am. 2 more. And relax. Coming into side plank. Give yourself a little cushion under your elbow. You are on your hip, knees are bent, feet on top of each other. Elbow directly under that shoulder. From here, you're going to push up and hold for 30 seconds here. Hold, hold, hold. If that's easy, you're going to make it active, lifting and lowering for 15. Keep your body in perfect alignment from the heel to the elbow. Lifting super high. And again, if you just want to hold, that's absolutely okay. Holding for as long as you need to, for approximately 20 to 30 seconds, depending on what feels great. You can also take a break and come back up. And relax. Taking a short break, those of you guys doing 3 supersets, go ahead and get started on your second glute bridge. Now, if that first set of glute bridges was comfortable for you, let's add some resistance by placing, I'm going to put a band around my knees since I can't put a dumbbell on my bladder right now. So I'm going to demonstrate how you guys can do this with a circle band. And if your first set was perfectly comfortable, just repeat what you did on your first set. If you'd like to use a circle band, if you have one, bring it above the knees. And we're going to come back into position. Fingertips along your sides. Bring your heels in so that you just touch with your fingertips the end, the heel of your shoe. Then lift your feet away, turn your toes open, tuck the pelvis under slightly, and here we go. If you're using a dumbbell, you're just going to hold it right above those hip bones. Either way, whichever variation you're doing, make sure that at the top, you are tucking under with your pelvis and you are pressing outward with your knees, whether you're using a circle band like I am or not. Doesn't matter. Just make sure that you are energetically pushing your knees outward. That activates the glutes, specifically glute medius, a bit more. And it also helps to improve the alignment and the mechanics of your thigh as it relates to your knees. So if you have knee issues, this is an incredible exercise, provided you're pressing your knees outward, away from each other in space to improve that alignment. Favorite exercise of all time, definitely in the top 10. Feel in your glutes, yes or no. And 2 more. Love how this exercise feels, and relax. Remove your circle band if you're using one, and let's go for that active side plank or isometric side plank on the other side. Give yourself some cushion under your elbow. P.S. This exercise is not an easy exercise. So if you find this very awkward, uncomfortable, or hard, welcome to the club, because this is actually a very challenging exercise, but it's so good for spinal stability and for improving lateral flexion of the torso. So from here, coming up, you can hold in your side plank, hold, aim for a count of 20 to 30 if you can. Otherwise, turning it active by pressing up and down. Here too, you're gonna notice you've got one side that's a lot easier or harder than the other side. Really, really normal. If you have to take a mid-set break, that's absolutely okay. Big push, taking a break when you need to, or holding that in a static position if you would like. I'm gonna have to turn the camera around, you guys, after the workout. There's a cow literally right behind the camera, and he's just over there eating his grass, and then he'll stop and he'll look up and watch me, and then go back to eating his grass and then watch me. It is so hilarious. These farm animals crack me up. Okay, guys, short break. We got one more superset. So for this next superset, we're gonna go back up on our feet, because then that's gonna lead us into our walking lunge workshop. Woohoo! So for now, listen up. Come onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Come into a crouched position, and I want you to rock back and forward a few times. Oh my God, you guys are gonna die. I hope this cow is still there when we're done. Hold on, let me see if I can get him on the camera. Rock back and forth. I want you to get some of that flexion in the foot. Hold on. Can you see him? I don't know if I can zoom in. Oh my God, he is hilarious. He's probably closer than what the camera shows. I can't even see him on the camera. Can you see him on the camera? Where is he? I can't see. I don't have my glasses on. I'll show him to you guys afterwards. Okay, so from here, I want you to come back into that crouched position and slowly stand up. Immediately lift your knees 10 times. Don't roll your eyes. Please do it. Lift your knees 10 times. It's super, super important so that you don't get dizzy. Next 2 exercises, last superset. You're gonna want 2 dumbbells, feet together. Coming into a partial squat, dumbbells towards your knees. From here, we are rowing palms to rib cage, pulling the elbows back, keeping about a 45-degree angle on your upper back, pausing at the top, bent over, dumbbell row. After that, keeping both of those dumbbells, taking your feet separated, we are going to lunge, pull to the chest, lunge, pull to the chest. That's your second exercise. And then on our superset, our second superset, we'll do that other side. Grab your dumbbells, feet together, partial squat, palms come down, and face your knees. So you're gonna start with your knees, dumbbells just outside your knees, right here, pulling back and pause. There's one. Pause. Counting out your 15, keeping about a 45-degree angle on your torso to the ground, keeping a bit of an arch in your lower back, just a little bit of an arch in the lower back, as much as you can, trying to keep your body weight heavy on your heels. Body weight heavy on the heels. Abdomen drawn in, chest stays up. Keep your neck in alignment so that you're not looking forward. You don't want to be looking at me on the camera. You're actually looking down towards the ground, about 4 to 5 feet in front of your toes. 15 reps, and relax using both of those dumbbells if you can. You can also drop one dumbbell if this feels like it's a little bit too much. Oh my God, this cow is so funny, you guys. Feet in a wide lunge, dumbbells at your chest, coming into a side lunge, pull to your chest. There's one. 15 reps here. 2, 3, 4, push your hips back, let that knee bend. 5, hips way back, draw in through your abs. Really sit deeply, sit super deep here. Bend into that leg as much as you can. Drive into your heel, right heel, press into that right heel. Keep your left toe relaxed. You want your body weight on that left heel. Pressing and squeezing the glute. 2 more. 1 more. Relax, short break, unless you're doing 3 sets. You're gonna go into your second set, row and lunge. Now listen, if that first set of bent over row was easy for you, go ahead and grab heavier dumbbells, but you're gonna wanna swap them out when you come to that second side lunge. I want you to have the same weight load on your second set of side lunges as you did on your first set of side lunges. Short break, let's repeat. Dumbbell, bent over row, feet together. Bend into your knees, stick your booty back, a little arch in your lower back, chest stays up, palms facing your knees, pull and pause. Opening the chest, pull and pause. Open the chest, bring your shoulder blades towards each other actively here. Very actively. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Bring them together here. You should feel the pressure right around your bra strap area here. That's where you want to really activate the musculature. Lower trapezius, rhomboids, little bit of latissimus dorsi, bringing those shoulder blades together, but also pressing your shoulder blades down towards your hips, away from your ears. Squeeze, little arch, a little bit of an arch, a little bit of a curvature in your lower back. Super important. 2 more. 1 more. Using the same dumbbells for your side lunge as you did on that other side. Feet separated, feet parallel, dumbbells at your chest, sit, pull. Make it a little bigger. I want you to sit deeply, reaching your hips back, bending into that knee, pulling those dumbbells right into your chest, keeping your shoulder blades drawn back, pressing into the heel and the glute on your left side. Healing glute, left side, right there. Drive into the glute. No pressure on the toes. Everything is on that heel. sitting deeply. If you want to bring your dumbbells all the way down to your shoelaces, you can if that feels good and natural for your body. Pull, 3 more, 2 more, last one, and relax. Dumbbells down, short little break. I'm going to have you do 1 stretch, very, very gentle range of motion. Then we're going to go into walking lunges. And if you want to stick around after the workout to have a little face-to-face Q&A meetup time, I would love to see you. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer your questions. So for here, I want you to, if you've got good balance, you can stay where you are. If you need to hold something for balance, please do. Standing on your right leg, bring your left leg up, grab around your shoelace. If that's too much for you, you can grab the heel of your shoe. You can grab the pant leg. You can also use a strap around the outside of the ankle if you need to. And like I said, if you need to use something for balance, please do so. But bring your knees next to each other. You should be holding your left foot. Pull your left knee back. Tuck your left hip under. Keeping the knees in alignment or with your left knee behind your right knee. Just take a look down and make sure that they are in good alignment. Pulling that left knee back, the bent leg, pull that knee back while you tuck your pelvis under. Really incredible quad hip flexor stretch to set us up for walking lunges. And relax. Same thing on the other side. Standing on your left foot, find your balance. Hold something for balance if you need to. You can use a strap to wrap it around your ankle if this is just too intense for your mobility at this time. Absolutely okay to use assistance here. Remember, the name of the game with all physical activity is for you to just accomplish 20% more than what you can do right now. It really doesn't matter how good you are. It really doesn't matter how you compare to how I'm doing it or how you imagine someone else is doing it. All that really matters is, where am I today? Can I give 20% more? Can I challenge myself 20% more, whether it's a flexibility exercise, whether it's a cardiovascular based exercise, or whether it's strength? It doesn't matter. It's sort of a nondescript 20%, a general summation of what's 20% more than what you can give right now. Okay, stick around. Let's take a couple deep inhales for those of you guys that don't want to stick around for the walking lunge workshop. Just take a big inhale. I'm going to give you an upper body stretch if you want to sign off. 2 more big inhales. Really stretch out those arms. Let's go 1 more. Big inhale up. Now keep your hands up over your head. Interlock your fingers. Bring them back behind. Open your chest. Pull your shoulder blades together and just open up. If you are eager to get to your Saturday, thank you for joining me. I'm so glad that you are here. Be on the lookout for an email from me tomorrow. I will give you the link to this workout, and I have a special announcement. I am teaching a free live workshop this coming Thursday. I invite you to join me. I am going to be sharing my step-by-step process on what I did to get into my best shape ever by focusing on the glutes. So I hope you will join me for this live event. You do have to sign up, hollyperkins.com/, what's the / best body ever. I will give you a link in tomorrow's email when I give you guys the playback to that, but you don't want to miss it. I haven't done this kind of a live workshop since February. This very similar to this one I did in February. We're going to be repeating it on Thursday, and I hope you will join me, but you do have to sign up. If you want to stick around for the walking lunge workshop, let me tell you why we're doing this. So the way that we are doing walking lunges in this workshop is more of a muscular endurance mobility practice. The name of the game is to do body weight only walking lunges at a slower pace so that you don't fatigue. And each week you're going to do 10 more than you did last week. So if you're new, you're going to start with 20 steps today. Then next week you're going to do 30. Then the next week you'll do 40. Everyone's at different places. Some people are doing 20, some people are doing 40, some people are doing 160. We're all in different places, and that is the beauty of what we're doing. I'm going to do 2 sets. I don't know where my body is. I haven't been feeling great this week, so we're just going to see where I am and work with it. But I encourage you to do 10 more than you did last week. So let me demonstrate real quick what these walking lunges are going to look like. Let's do it over. I'm going to try doing it over here today. Let's see. Actually, let's do it this way so you guys can have the cows in the background. I'm going to be in silhouette, but that's okay. At least it'll be fun if you can see the cows there. Okay, so let me show you how we're doing these walking lunges. Feet together, knees are soft. You step out. You can use your hand on your front knee for a bit of assistance. So follow along. If you're mirroring me, you're going to step out on your right leg. Then you're going to step together and you're going to squeeze your right glute. Left leg, step together, left glute. Right leg, step together, right glute. Follow me? So I want you really activating into the glute of the leg that's stepping forward. Okay? There you go. You get the beautiful landscape. I think you can see there's the cows are just like sprinkled all along the pasture here. They're absolutely so beautiful and incredible. And if you want to stick around to the very end of the workout, I'll take you over and we can meet this guy right here who's been watching me the whole workout. He's hilarious. I don't know if you can see him, but he's like standing just there. He's looking at me. Okay, guys, are you ready? Walking lunges. Here we go. Feet together, knees bent. We're going to do 2 sets, going and doing as many as it's right for you. And I'm going to count out my pace so that you can see approximately how quickly I do these. I actually take my time. Here we go. There's 1. Step together, squeeze that glute. 2, squeeze your glute. 3, squeeze your glute. Let that back toe bend. 4, stepping together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Step together, squeeze your glute. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. If you're newer to this game, 20. Take a break. Those of us continuing, let's continue. There's 21. Guys, I'm going to be off camera because I need a flat surface. 22. 23. Ah, much better. 24. Squeeze those glutes. 25. 26. Driving into that front heel. 27. 28. All right, if you're doing 30, there you go. Take a break. Good job. Although the rest of us are going to continue. 31. I'm going to do 60 today. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. Take your time. If you're doing 40, good job. Congrats. There's 40. 20 more if you're staying with me, or whatever is right. We're all going to be at different places. I'm only doing 60 this week, guys, because I've not been feeling well and I haven't quite figured it out yet, and I don't want to push it. And there's 50. 10 more. Last 10 if you're doing 60. There's 1, 2, squeeze your glute. 3, 4, hi bud. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more for 60. There's 9, 1 more, and 60. Good job. Those of you guys continuing on, go for it. High five wherever you are. Listen, the name of the game every week, you do approximately 10 more, unless something is up, right? So last week, let's see, this past week, I did 2 sets of 80. I really should be able to do 80 or 100 today, but I haven't been feeling great, and I want to be really respectful about what happens to be going on with my body right now. And so I'm not going to be pushing it today. That being said, if you feel well, 10% more than what you've been doing, I want you to start with 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. That's the goal. And then eventually, I want you to be able to do 2 sets of 60, 80, or 100. That's the ultimate goal, once a week. Then during the week, you're going to do it 2 other times for shorter sets. So if you're doing 2 sets of 50 this week, next week, I want you to do a set or 2 of 30 or 40 on Tuesday and Thursday. So Saturday will always be the day that you do your maximum number. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays during the week beforehand, you just do enough to keep it fresh and to keep yourself maintained. Okay, let's do a second set. Those of you guys that are joining me for a second set. And then I will be popping in to check in on any comments that have been added or answer any questions that you guys might have. That being said, let's do one more set. I'm going to do a second set of 60 unless all of a sudden I feel magically better. And then I might do a few more. But right now, I think I'm going to stay conservative. And we're going to start with about 60. Feet together, knees bent, step out, focus on that front heel, step together, squeeze your glute. Let's go. Working at your own speed. I'm counting it out so that if you want to work at my speed, you can. You can go faster or slower. 4, 5. In order to do more of them, you do have to go a bit slower so that your body is recovering at the same pace that you're working. So here's 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, they feel good. I've got 17, 18, 19. There's 20. If you're doing 20, congratulations. There's 22, 23, 24. Feels good. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. High five if that's your number. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 2 more if you're at 40. High five if 40 is your number. High five. Good job. I got 20 more. There's 2. 43. 44. 45. 6. 47. 2 more if 50 is your number. And there's 50. Good job. Last 10, if you're with me. 1, 2, 4, 6. There's 8. 2 more if you're with me for 60. There's 60. High five. Keep going if your number is bigger than 60. Good job. High five, friend, whatever your number is. Share it with me in the chat box right now. Where are you this week? How many did you do this week? How are you feeling? Is that a new number for you? Is that a new maximum for you? Are you still working on these? Share with me and let me know. So proud of you. I am going to pop in for questions and comments. Let me hear you. Okay, hold on one second. Just my camera here. Much better. Okay, guys, questions and comments. Talk to me. It's not gonna work. Gotta do it this way. Oh, much better. There we go. Okay. Woohoo! Linda Landry, 2 sets of 50. Good job, my friend. Heart rate 126. That's awesome. That's a really good heart rate for you to be at. Really good. Natalie, trying for 60 in sets of 10. I pause about 10 to 20 seconds between each set. Yes, 100%. That is okay. So now remember, guys, the goal of these is to build up your stamina, okay? So if you want to do a set of 10, rest. Set of 10, rest. I don't care how you do these, doing them slower so that your body recovers during the set is the name of the game here, okay? So yes, Natalie, that absolutely works, and that's awesome. Good job. Carrie Orsborn, 2 sets of 80. Proud of you. Good job. Good job. And George, you're welcome. Heidi, I have not been feeling well, you guys. I have not, Heidi, I'm with you, my friend. And I suspect for me, it's the season change. For some reason, guys, the season change is kicking my ass this year. No surprise, right? Just no surprise at all, but it's kicking my ass. I am just not feeling well at all. I'm fine, but it's just, you got to be respectful. So Heidi, I hear you. Take good care of yourself, nurture yourself. And that's one of the reasons why I use the 20% rule, because you should work 20% harder today than where you are today. So even though I was on fire a month ago, I'm not today. And that is just where I am. I don't believe pushing through when it's risky. I don't believe pushing through when it's painful. I believe stepping up and challenging yourself is wise, but I don't believe that no pain, no gain. I don't believe that philosophy at all. Kathy Connors, 40, holding every piece of furniture I went by for support today. That counts. That totally counts. And sometimes I do the same exact thing. I walk through my house and I grab a wall, I grab a chair, I grab a door. Totally okay. Laura, I am using my daughter's skating knee pads. Oh my gosh, totally great idea. Good job, Laura. That totally works. For those of you guys that are doing walking lunges, if it's uncomfortable on your knee, if your knee taps down on the ground and that's uncomfortable, 2 options. One is to add padding, but more importantly, we don't want the back knee banging down on the ground so hard that it's uncomfortable. So just try to soften the blow, and maybe like I just let my knee barely touch the ground. I barely even feel it. You just want to only sort of graze the ground with that back knee so that you know where it is without ever really putting a ton of pressure on there. Jill, thank you for posting that. Guys, Jill, my #1 favorite, just posted the link to my live session this week. So the live virtual workshop link is here in the comments. Thank you, Jill. hollyperkins.com/best body ever. Diane, is the back foot pointed or flexed on the kneeling diagonal lift? It can be either, Diane. It really depends on what feels right for your body. Probably what's going to be more comfortable for most people on that kneeling diagonal lift is to have the back toe pointed. That's probably going to be easiest for most of you guys. Either one works based on whatever feels right for your body. Kathy, I hurt shoulders, had pain a month after doing push-ups wrong. Exactly. I could not do dips or planks each for a month until they healed. I couldn't believe it. Now I do elevated push-ups and I can do them safely. Good job, Kathy. I'm so happy. It's really true. Push-ups are like the fastest way to really throw your shoulders out of whack. Okay, let's see here. Hold on. Heidi, 2 sets of 60 plus 50 on Thursday. High five, high five. So proud of you. Christine Hoffman, 3 sets of 80. You badass. Thursday, 3 sets of 90. Today, 2 sets of 90, but the day is young. I love it. Good for you. Good for you, Christine. That's awesome. And Robin Stevens, 150. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh my gosh, you guys. so, so fun. So proud of all of you guys. So good to see you all. Elizabeth, Elsa, Karen, Lila, Nelda, Sharon, Suzanne. Hi, Suzanne. Oh, guys, I am going to set you free. I'm so glad that you are here. I really enjoy this. Look for an email from me tomorrow. I'll give you the link to the playback. I will also share the link to Thursday's live workshop if you would like to join me. I would love to see you there. It's going to be a great workshop, really, really great bunch of information. So I hope to see you there. Enjoy your weekend. I love you. Stay healthy, stay happy, and enjoy this day. Bye, guys.